Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I want to talk to you about a couple of things in this video. The first one is the US envoy to the Middle East, in particular Israel and Lebanon, Amos Hochstein, who was sent by President Biden to try and de-escalate the situation between Hizbullah and Israel. We've had many threats being sent to Lebanon previously to avoid striking Israel, warning them that other countries might get involved. They realized that threats do not work with Hizbullah, threats do not work with Hamas, threats do not work with any of the resistance fronts. So now they're talking, trying to de-escalate. President Biden sent Amos Hochstein to speak with Bibi, who is kind of the unofficial spokesperson on behalf of Hezbollah when it comes to these talks between them and Hochstein. Obviously, Nabih Berri is the leader of the Amal movement, which is closely tied with Hezbollah, but reports are saying that he's kind of talking on behalf of Hezbollah with these negotiations, and also he met with Israeli representatives when he was in Israel. There were reports across the media that he came with a threatening tone. This was denied officially. They said that they are trying to de-escalate, try and reach a deal between Hezbollah and Israel. Simultaneously with him visiting, Hezbollah published a very intense video. They published a video of one of their UAVs called Hudhud, which is manufactured by Iran, going on a surveillance mission across all of the northern part of Israel. This Hudhud sent images to Hezbollah, video images of Hezbollah footage of every single important and less important facility in Israel, from the Iron Dome bases, from bases to do with the military, from security and military industrial complex factories, batteries of David Sling, the port of Haifa, the airport of Haifa, the chemical refinery in Haifa, the oil reserves in Haifa, and obviously across all of the north of Israel. This was sending a message. It's sending a message from Hezbollah that in case you do want to escalate, everything here is under our target. We can target all of these places. And like you did not intercept this UAV that we sent and came back, you wouldn't be able to intercept our other UAVs. Now, in their video, they said episode 1, hinting that there's an episode 2. Clearly that Hezbollah sent other UAVs to Israel to cover all other parts of Israel that they need to target, but they obviously take it step by step. They're very strategic when it comes to these things, when it comes to Israel, and they sent part 1 covering all of the part of Israel, that simultaneously with the visit of Hochstein, sending a message to everyone, sending a message to Israel that we know everything that's happening and you're very vulnerable, you're exposed to us, a very strong military threat. Now Israel is very, very careful when it comes to publishing images of its maps. Even if you go on Google Maps, many parts are blurred and you can't zoom in efficiently like in other countries. But now Hezbollah have all of this, and they know exactly which places house what. So when they sent this UAV, they had statements and short sentences that each place holds X amount of, for example, batteries, anti-aircraft missiles, and all of the details required, clearly signaling that they do not only possess this intel from the top, they do not only have this footage image, they also have the information, because Hezbollah previously proved that they are able to know where Israel is about to have a new base and target it as well. This was evident from many of their attacks in the northern part of Israel. Clearly, Hezbollah is sending a strong message to Israel: you're vulnerable, you're exposed, and this is most likely what we're about to target. So if you're thinking about escalating, we know all of your weak points and we know all of the details that are related to your weak points. This is the first thing that I wanted to talk about. The second thing that I wanted to talk about, tensions in Israel. There are growing tensions in Israel, especially with the latest statement from the deputy head of the Israeli Knesset, the Israeli parliament, saying that Hamas, they have the armed wing of Hamas and they have the wing of the protesters in Israel. So this guy is calling approximately half of the population of Israel now Hamas supporters or Hamas members even. Now, people were ridiculing the Israeli officials and the media by always saying that this is Hamas linked, this is Hamas linked. In Gaza, everything was Hamas in Gaza, even the flies and the ants and the sand and the water and the hospitals and the infants and everything is Hamas. Now, apparently, half of Israel is Hamas. This is unprecedented. The level of tone, the terminology used against your opponents, and simultaneously we're having reports that Yair is calling the heads of the Israeli army traitors. There is a lot of tensions. The society is split apart. The government is split. You have a split in the military and in the political establishments as well. And it looks like Benjamin Netanyahu is trying to portray everyone who opposes them is indeed a member of Hamas.